Have you guys heard of the website IMDb?
No, what is it, Fred?
Isn't it a site that rates movies?
Yeah, but they also rate shows too. IMDb is an online database that contains information about movies, TV shows, video games, podcasts, streaming content, and even home videos. It actually stands for Internet Movie Database.
Okay, but what about it, Fred?
Our show is also listed on there.
Should we be worried?
I just looked it up and I'm pretty darn shocked.
Why, Lucy, is it that bad?
No, we actually are doing great. You'll never believe what people say is our best episode, though.
If I had to guess, it would be Lucy Goes to the Hospital, where little Ricky was born.
Why'd you say that, Rick?
Because when that episode premiered in 1953, 73.9% of all American homes with television sets tuned in. That's 44 million viewers watching the episode. It was a record at the time and was only broken on September 9th, 1956, when Elvis Presley appeared for the first time on The Ed Sullivan Show.
You ain't nothing but... Incredible.
You guys know that Elvis record still stands to this day?
I say second place to Elvis is pretty good. Did you know that episode Ricky was mentioning received higher ratings than the inauguration of President Dwight D. Eisenhower? The inauguration only received 29 million viewers, believe it or not.
Is Ricky right about what people say is our best episode, Lucy? Nope. People actually say their favorite episode is Lucy Does a TV Commercial. Wait a minute. Lucy, isn't that your least favorite episode?
That's actually a nice way to put it, Ethel. Lucy actually hates that episode.
Go ahead and tell everyone why, dear.
Yeah, Lucy's comedy looks natural because she rehearses every little detail. Every word and every movement is deliberate and practiced over and over again until perfection. Lucy is a great actress, but improvisation isn't in her, what did Cousin Ernie used to say?
Repertory.
Repertory.
That's the word.
Yeah, there's no shame in admitting it. You know, I don't like leaving anything to chance. That's why Harpo Marx and I clashed, remember? It was such a disappointing day, especially since he's one of my idols.
It was in one of those episodes of Us in Hollywood, right? Let's save the story for another video.
Okay, now back to my point. Like Ricky said, I like to rehearse so that lines come out perfectly. But when the delivery is supposed to be imperfect, that's when it gets hard.
For those of you who don't remember, this was the episode where Lucy was doing a commercial for Vitamita Vegemin.
Yeah, and based on how Ricky just said it, it's no wonder you hated it, Lucy.
No cracks from you characters. Anyways, the supplement contained 23% alcohol, so after a while, she was too drunk to say her lines correctly.
Yes, and me trying to memorize imperfect lines and deliver them naturally was very difficult for me. Partially because they were just random words and gibberish. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it turned out great, Lucy.
Yeah, and IMDb also agrees.
Well, thank you. But if I had my way, this episode would never see the light of day.
The episode is fine, and your delivery of the lines was great, dear. But what I wish didn't see the light of day was some of the stuff that came after.
What stuff, Ricky?
I think I know where he's going with this.
Here, let me show you.
Brace yourself, everyone.
Well, what do you think?
Well, it certainly doesn't capture my good side. What's this all about anyway?
So, two things. We all know that a big part of your childhood was spent in Celeron, New York. And you know the city is very proud of you. So they commissioned a statue of you to be made for a local park. And in 2009, this statue was installed. It depicts that commercial scene we were just discussing. So that scene and that episode really had a lasting impact on people. Because people love that scene. When they felt this statue did not do it justice, things got real nasty. Which brings me to the second thing I wanted to go over. Fred, you know what happened, right?
Yeah, Rick, it's quite sad.
What happened, Fred?
So the statue was sculpted by Dave Poulin. Long story short, or what the kids today call TLDR.
TLDR, what's that?
Too long didn't read. After its unveiling, there was such backlash from fans in the community that Poulin quit sculpting.
Yeah, poor guy. Did you know he offered to fix it, but the city said no?
What a shame.
Yeah, it was fine for 6 years. Then all of a sudden, from out of nowhere at all, this thing went viral in 2015. Everyone knew of it. Everyone had a negative opinion, and fans just went crazy.
They even gave the statue the nickname Scary Lucy and demanded that it be replaced.
That's not the worst part of it. He even got death threats.
The sculptor?
Yeah. Finally, on August 1st, 2016, it was announced that a new statue would replace the original. Carolyn Palmer was unanimously chosen out of a national competition of more than 65 sculptors.
What does the new one look like?
Here it is. think everyone agrees with you, Ethel.
What ended up happening to the original artist? Did he ever get back to sculpting?
Unfortunately, no. After the backlash and death threats, Poulin gave away his sculpting tools and $15,000 worth of foundry equipment and moved to South Carolina. He ended up teaching welding to career and technical education students. And sadly, in 2020, he passed away suddenly from a pulmonary embolism.
It's a shame that this one thing defined his legacy. Poulin created 120 commissioned public works, several of them in the Jamestown and Warren areas.
Sometimes people really do lose sight of what really matters. A statue is not worth putting that poor man and his family through what they went through.
I completely agree, Lucy.
It's encouraging that in the weeks following Poulin's death, his work is being re-examined. In Warren, members of the Street Landscape Committee are discussing putting the city's 5 Poulin sculptures back on public display.
You know what, fellas? Whether it's the new statue or the old one, beauty isn't just about what we see, but how something makes us feel. To me, both statues invoke joy, laughter, and being able to forget our troubles for a moment in time. And that, my friends, is beautiful. Mr. Poulin, we thank you for loving your city, for loving your art.
And for loving Lucy.
You will forever live on through your art. We love you, and we thank you.